preparation day. Let's get this started.
Do you understand that if we had a real bad, like, that's probably in my eyeball. If we had a real bad fucking, like a real bad catastrophe, not like a Category 1 hurricane, or you gonna hit this guy in the fucking Pontiac.
Well, look how forward he is. He's like he's past the crosswalk.
He's evacuated. But like seriously, like if we had a real earthquake or something, the people in New Jersey, because they're so not used to that kind of stuff, would just be bad.
Like you.
I would enjoy it.
Yeah, but you're like, there's not going to be anything.
No, but
and then if there is something,
no, see, that's how I am. The other people in New Jersey, more like towards your end, is going fucking can shopping and evacuating. There's going to be some huge fucking disaster. There's not. We might get some power outage and some heavy winds and rain, obviously. What I'm saying is that all people, when they hear the word hurricane, they just think of like Katrina. When they hear the word earthquake, first thing that was on the news, people were calling 911 about tsunamis.
I just like,
it was like
natural disasters, pretty much.
Oh, like, no, I do too.
That earthquake got me super excited, because I don't think we've ever had one here that I've felt, ever.
That's the first thing for me too. But that's the thing, we were sitting there like, wow, that was an earthquake, and we just sat there after.
Well, I was excited after.
Yeah, but I mean, like, we weren't panicking, calling 911, you know, making sure that, like, shit wasn't going down. It was like, oh, yeah. Now, if the ground was splitting and we were in a car and it became an action movie, then we can panic.
I think you think of these things too much like an action movie. It's not going to be like fucking that 2012 movie or anything like that. It's a hurricane.
No, I'm talking about earthquakes in general.
Just anything. The last hurricane that was as damaging as this one's supposed to be when it hits happened before we were born. It was in 1985.
That was before it shrunk to Category 1.
I think it was a Category 2, which is, I think, like 80 to 90 mile an hour winds, I'm guessing. I definitely think there's going to be ridiculous flooding. I'm talking like, you remember how that storm where the tree branch fell?
Yeah.
We were up to our knees because the sewers clogged.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be worse than that.
No, I agree. I mean,
It's going to be worse than that for my parents' basement, too. Oh, yeah, the tolls are free right now for evacuation purposes. The barrier is going to get it real bad. Like, Seabright or Seaside, stuff like that, it could go underwater. It's low sea level on both sides of it, and it's only like not even a mile thick. That could be underwater.
Yeah.
Because the one thing that is probably the biggest deal, I'd say, in a hurricane is the storm surge, which is basically, it's like a foot of water higher, 1 to 9 feet or whatever, in front of the storm in the ocean.
Like, I just think it's funny that it's nice out right now.
Well, yeah, I mean, the storm's not hitting until tomorrow.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's just so nice out.
Yeah.
Is it like a proper punishment, you know? Like, enjoy your weather. For the next few days, you're gonna hate it. See, I think I'm expecting less than most people are. Like, I guess living here my entire life and literally experiencing like some semi-hurricanes. At best, there's like just tropical storms.
Yeah.
Like the most I've seen was flooding and like a garbage can flying down the street.
I think when I was like 5, we had a nor'easter or something that completely tore up the boardwalk around Belmarno. Remember that?
Yeah, but that's like...
That's basically a hurricane that instead of going this way is going that way.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's not a lot compared to what could happen.
Oh yeah, but I'm expecting like something like that again. Like, it's been about 20 years since that happened.
Isn't it crazy how like we've known that there's a hurricane like just tearing through shit,
yeah,
and we can't do anything about it? There's nothing you can do about it.
That's what fascinates me about these things.
Honestly, I think, yeah, the most we're gonna probably get where we live. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying parts of New Jersey aren't gonna get fucked up, because obviously obvious reasons. There's the ocean, there's the boardwalk, there's, like you said, places with low sea levels.
They evacuated Atlantic City this morning.
Yeah, like there's places like that that are obviously going to get the waves and the wind and the rain and the craziness. But
can you imagine if the Atlantic City boardwalk just got washed away? That would be fucking nuts.
They use cement though for most of theirs, so
yeah.
I wouldn't think. I mean, in my opinion, I'm gonna remain passive about all of it.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like where we live, like our building's here, and we got two on the side of us. Like we're pretty much in like a safe zone.
Yeah.
As far as wind and shit goes, and debris.
Yeah, we definitely are.
Like maybe the building to the right of or the left of us, that might get like some like debris damage, you know, the tree branches flying in the air. But where we live, like the most that could possibly happen is like, I guess, flooding and the power outage.
So here's a look at the timeline. Saturday afternoon, we'll be looking at some spotty showers, brisk winds. So basically about 24 hours from now, we're going to start to get into the beginning of Irene. Saturday by midnight, those heavier rain bands start working in. The winds increase. That's when we can start getting into tropical storm force winds, which right now extend out 300 miles from the center of the storm. Hurricane force winds extend up 90 miles from the center of the storm. So
this has been an annoying day of preparation so far. After 2 days of my mom asking my grandma all the way up almost near New York City in North Bergen if she wanted to stay with them for the storm, she was saying, no, I'm fine, I don't want to stay for 2 days. And then they start evacuating parts of New York City, and suddenly she panics, and we had to go up there and get her. Which means I now have 0 gas. The roads are starting to get a little ridiculous. I mean, it's also rush hour, so that's not that big a deal. Pretty much even when the roads are clear and there's not that many cars on them, there seems to be this, just this eerie feeling of something coming, pretty much. Like, the cars are, like, you just feel like all of the cars are moving faster. Drove the whole trip to pick up my grandma going about 80, and usually when I do that, I pass all the other cars. This time I was kind of just going the same speed as everyone. So it's almost like there's not, I wouldn't say there's commotion, but it's just a strange feeling, I guess. I'm supposed to be opening the computer shop tomorrow though, and the owner wants to be open. He basically said, if you just come in the morning, and if it gets bad, go back home. But I don't know what he expects me to do, because the parkway from the shop south, which I am one exit south of the shop, is closing tonight going south. They don't want anyone from exit 98, which my exit is 91, all the way down to exit 1 to mile 0, all the way down in Cape May. All of that southbound is going to be closed today. You can kind of see the... Looks a little eerie out. It's about 1:19 a.m. About to go to sleep. Technically, it's day 2, Saturday. It was Friday night for me, really. I spent most of the day just kind of packing, and then Steve got his 3D TV, so we'll just see how it looks in the morning.